better give him the good thing.
Oh yeah, we live. We in here. New Orleans, baby. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there. I know, right? I'm gonna sit up really straight. You know what? My audience knows me by now. I'm always doing something crazy or saying something crazy, so it's okay to be laughing and the show is on. Right. You know, and we've been doing this for about 1.5 years now. They know. Hey y'all, it's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I am back with a new episode of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. Now, you may be seeing this queen sitting next to me with the crown and the sash and everything. You know, you're used to seeing authors on the show and entrepreneurs on the show, but tonight is no different because we still have an author and an entrepreneur on the show who just also happens to be Miss Louisiana Universal 2018. Oh, she got the pageant wave going. Yes! Come on now. Come through with the pageant wave.
Gotta represent.
Yes. So, for those of you who don't know this beautiful young lady sitting next to me, this is Miss Havilah Malone. And you may have seen her on NCIS New Orleans. You may have seen her on The Proposal, getting ready to marry that man. You may have seen her at a number of different speaking engagements around the city. You've been doing a lot of work with young girls. And with other entrepreneur organizations as well. So this has been quite a run for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been an amazing year. I mean, such a blessing. So many great opportunities and doors that have opened up that have allowed me to be able to use this platform to really inspire people, which is what I'm all about every day, all day, 24/7. So
absolutely. In fact, when I very first met you, it was after a speaking engagement that you just done, and I can really tell that you don't say what you're saying just to sound good. You don't say things that are basically slogans, but everything that you say actually comes from the heart.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I am a firm believer that we have a very intuitive power about us, and we have the ability to create whatever kind of life we want. And no matter what the hardships we've been through, no matter what our current circumstance is, you can create, you can be, you can do, you can have anything. And yes, like that level of happiness that you want, that level of relationship that you want, the kind of business that you want, the kind of experiences that you want, the
yes,
place you want to travel to, you can have it all, but it takes some self-work and some self-mastery and making some decisions. And so I like to be able to, first through my own life, I feel like my life is my ministry.
Yes.
So through my own life and applying the things myself and being able to get the result, and then like, okay, well, I tried this and this was the result and it really worked well. So here, I'll share that with you. And if it works for you, great. If not, then hey, you'll have to find your own path, you know? But I think that's what it's all about, is us walking our path in life and then sharing what good we have, you know, with other people. So
yes. Yeah. Now I have to ask you, because you've been on this journey that you're talking about for quite a while. You even talked about it in your book. The one, oh goodness, I'm having a brain fart. Don't tell me it's the book about, because I have it and I read it myself.
Awesome.
And you signed it for me. No, I'm talking about, how to be a publicity magnet. Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. So you actually talked about this journey at the beginning of that book. Yes. So let's talk a little bit, for those who haven't read the book, let's talk a little bit about what made you even decide to go on this journey. What, first of all, I mean, you wouldn't actually call yourself a publicist. You are an entrepreneur. Absolutely. You are an author, but you've been on this journey to where you've been giving yourself publicity, becoming a publicity magnet. You've helped other people do the same thing, but you don't call yourself a publicist.
No. I think that so mastering communication is a huge, a very important part of life, and mastering communication with yourself first, like your own internal self-talk, and mastering communication with other people, so that you are able to impart the things that you want to. So whether that's you want to have influence to be able to share a product or service, or an initiative, or just something you're passionate about, or whatever the purpose or the intention is, but that takes mastering communication. And so I've had a lot of different things or kind of roads that I've taken in my life, and I need to be able to share information. And so some of the most powerful platforms to be able to do that are in the media.
Yes,
so whether that's through TV, radio, print, online, social media, and being able to communicate to the audience that you want to connect with. And as I have taken that journey myself and utilized these tools, I just share them with other people. And I'm like, hey, if you want to get your information out there, if you want to make an impact on people's lives, you can.
Yes.
And here's how to do it. So,
and you've been doing it. You've been doing it.
And
how long have you been on this journey?
My deep dive into personal development has been since 2012. I mean, I've always been a very driven person. I graduated college at 19. Went on at age 21 and was managing a $160 million technology business.
Come on now.
But even with all of those, amazing accomplishments, I still hadn't done the internal work to be able to deal with the traumas and pains that I had dealt with from a young age. And so I was going after accomplishments more so for the need for approval and the need to feel like I was good enough or worthy. And so no matter what I kept accomplishing and every accolade or hurdle that I kept overcoming, I still didn't feel good enough. And so it was just kind of like this constant grab for what's the next thing, what's the next hamster wheel to get on to get the award. And then
isn't it amazing that you can accomplish so much and still feel like you're not good enough? I mean I know in my own journey, a lot of times I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm doing anything. This isn't going right. And then I'll get somebody who will say, I've been watching you, and you've been doing this and doing that, or I really love what you're doing, and I'm like, I did all of that. Sometimes, it takes somebody else to kind of remind you that you're doing the right thing.
It's so funny because I went on Facebook yesterday, and how they have all your memories and stuff for all the past years. And so I started scrolling through my pictures, and I was like, dang, girl, you've done a lot of stuff. Yeah. But in my mind, it's kind of like, okay, this is just every day. This is just normal.
Right. But, we think it's normal because, we're used to being at that pace. But somebody else is watching. And people are watching you, whether you like it or not. Somebody else is watching, sees what you're doing. And they appreciate your struggle. They appreciate your hustle. So, I think it's always good to just keep on keeping on.
Amen to that. And I think a part of the human drive, one of our 6 human needs, is for growth.
Yes.
So because our potential is unlimited. So if your potential is unlimited and if you're not continuing to strive for either becoming the best version of yourself, then you do feel empty. You do feel like, okay, what am I doing? Like, what's the purpose of life if you're not actually fulfilling your purpose?
Yes.
And on purpose, it's whatever you say it is. Like, there's no like, well, you came to this earth to do X, Y, and Z. It's whatever you choose. And that's the beauty of it. And there's also a responsibility that comes with that because you got to choose.
And on that note, we are going to take a quick break. And when we get back, I'm going to talk to you about this path that led you to this.
Yes!
Because we didn't get to that yet. All right, so we'll be right back. So what I want you to do while we're going is I want you to like, I want you to comment, I want you to share, and I want you to subscribe. You can be watching us on Facebook, on YouTube, and even Periscope on the New Orleans Talk Network. So we're going to make this thing pop. There's some great information coming out tonight. So stay right there. We will be right back with Miss Louisiana Universal 2018. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy, Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy, Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFredJones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with G Sports. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, AKG, and on Twitter, G_paid-in-full 08.
Pay me the money! money!
We're back. We are here talking with Miss Louisiana Universal 2018, Miss Havilah Malone. And we were just looking at some of your pictures. You've done a lot, just as we mentioned before we went to this last break. You've been on magazine covers. You've been on TV shows, radio shows. You've been acting.
Yeah.
And then you got to be on a national stage with The Proposal. So it's one thing to say, okay, this is my purpose, I'm going to go out there and do it. But it's an entirely different thing to go out there and actually do it. Mm-hmm. And I know that was a little difficult at first. What kept you going? What kept you motivated?
Absolutely. I think I have this internal drive to just, I know there's more, and I know that I can always step my game up and be better, and I want to be able to impact more people's lives. I want to be able to have more experiences that are like super fun, and you know, I use vision boards. Like, I chart out like things that I want for myself. Like, I have goals that I want to achieve. Like, I just recently I had put on my vision board like some time ago, probably like 5 years ago or something. I wanted to go and visit all the Smithsonian museums. Like,
that's
there's
a
like
lot.
yes, there's like 17 of them in DC, and so I was like, I want to go to all the Smithsonian museums. I just want to like block out like a week or so and just do it. And so now, so I did that. I put that on my vision board in 2013. So I just went like a couple weeks ago. So sometimes even the things that we want to do, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's like just something like, oh, I wake up and maybe there's some things that do happen like that, but for this particular, you know, goal or vision that I had, like the timing was right now for me to go. So I was able to spend 9 days out there and go and visit all the museums I wanted to, and had an extraordinary experience. And I'm like, I want to be able to add life to my years now.
Yes, yes.
You know?
And you know, I'm glad you said that, because you know, I think about people like Tiffany Haddish. I think about people like Kevin Hart. I think about people like Alicia Keys. Many people think that they were overnight successes. I remember Kevin Hart when I think when he did Soul Plane, I think it was. I was like, oh my goodness, I hate this movie. And I never watch it all. There are some movies I have not gotten through. But who would have imagined that he would be the most well-respected comedian out there?
And I see him everywhere.
Yes, he's everywhere. Like, no matter where you go. He was on Wild 'N Out the other day.
Yes, I saw that.
And then you look at Tiffany Haddish. People think that Tiffany Haddish just got this movie and all of a sudden she was famous. They don't realize that she has been on the grind for years. I mean, Cat Williams was the same way. I mean, I know he's had a bit of a downfall, but he was doing local nightclubs, and all of a sudden he was the funniest thing. Everything he touched turned into gold. And then, but you know, there are people like that who've been, because we haven't heard of them, when we finally hear of them, we think that they're overnight successes.
It's like, just because you just learned about them,
yes,
does not mean they're new on the scene. Like, they have been hustling, they have been grinding and working and pushing, and you know, going through whatever obstacles they had to go through, and that is almost like the most beautiful part of the journey, because of the person you become through working through the obstacles. It's like if you want to go and become like a bodybuilder and you start going to the gym for the first time,
it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Good God.
You're gonna try to pick up that weight. Oh, hell no.
Exactly. And literally the process is you shredding your muscles apart as the new muscles emerge out to become this, you know, stronger version of yourself. And so that's the same thing in life. Like, we go through our heartaches or our obstacles or our closed doors or people who don't believe in us or people who don't want to support us. And all of those things are where you're walking your path alone for a while. Before you get to that open door, but you're becoming so strong and resilient in the process. You're maybe becoming more compassionate, because now when you get in a position where you're going to remember
how you went through to get to your position.
Exactly.
See, this is what we do. Last time you came on the show, we just started preaching and everything. So I do want to talk to you, though. What gave you the idea to pursue Miss Louisiana Universal? Where did that come from? Because I remember when you were on the show last year, you had just been selected, and you were already doing a lot of things in the community and in the media. And then all of a sudden, I'm Miss Louisiana Universal. So where did that come from?
I know that people ask me all the time, they're like, oh, so have you been in beauty pageants your whole life? I'm like, nope, never. This is literally my first one. And I had watched, so my cousin, which is Bailey Dayton, and so she was 2017, the Miss USA, or Miss Missouri USA, and she was in the top 10 of Miss USA. Matter of fact, she just was on Big Brother, so season 20, so she was a part of that. And when I was watching her journey going through the Miss USA, and because she's also the first Black Miss Missouri, and it was just like something about just watching all that unfold, it sparked something in me. And it was a desire that I had, but had long kind of like, okay, I'm too old for that, you know, know, I'm not pretty enough for that, you know, not good enough for that.
It's
like,
amazing
all
how
of those
we
things.
talk ourselves out of something long before anybody else
Lord.
will. We talk ourselves out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine how much would have accomplished if we hadn't been scared?
If we would just take that leap.
Yes.
Like, be willing to take the risk. And even if failure comes, it's just there to teach you something.
Yes.
What Thomas Edison said, who created the light bulb or found the filament, he was like, I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. All I need to find is one way that does. And it's like that kind of mindset, that kind of attitude towards your goals or whatever will keep you going.
Yes.
And so I made the decision, and I was like, you know what, that long lost dream that I had as a little girl, like, it's time for me to live in that now. And so I started doing my research. I started reaching out to like coaches and people who were in the pageant world, narrowed it down to the systems that I was interested in. And then I went for it. And I was just like, and I came up on my birthday. And my birthday is July 9th, and I was like, okay, what's my next chapter going to look like? Because I always, whenever birthday comes, I'm like, okay, what's my next chapter going to look like? And I was like, I'm going to be a queen. And it was like, it had nothing to do with like a strategic business move. It had nothing to do with like, okay, well, you're already doing this, and then if you do this, it was just like, no, this is a desire, it's a passion I have, and I'm going for it. Okay. And then I was able to merge it with my, business aspirations. I was able to merge it with things that I was already doing so that they can play well with each other and only enhance each other. So I was able to get strategic in that way. But the first thing was just the desire to do it. And then I went for it. I became Miss Louisiana, Universal 2018. And it's been an amazing journey. And I had to step into a place where that fear was not going to overtake me. Yes. That fear, I had to say, you know what, you got to go sit down for a minute because I got this. You know? And I'm so glad that I did it. And even when I go to even book signings or speaking events that I'll do, and I go, with all the regalia and the jewels and crown and all that good stuff. Like, who doesn't want to wear a crown? I mean, come on. Right. Yes. And it's to have a little girl to see me, especially as an African American female. Yes. In this position, oh my goodness, it's like the mind expands for them of what's possible. Yes. And that for me is like everything. Like, the only person that I saw coming up because I Oprah is, okay, so I just let y'all know, my real mom and dad, I love my mom and dad, but my real mom and dad is Napoleon Hill and Oprah Winfrey. I'm their love child. I'm just saying. I always tell people that, I'm the love child of Oprah Winfrey and Napoleon Hill. They birthed me out. But she was the only one that I would really see in that light, and so she became kind of a model for me of what was possible. Yes. And then she went on to create her own network and had her own magazine and has all these things that her own food line. And it was like, oh, she built this empire. The mind expanded. So it was I was able to become that for other young girls and even women, who are like, I wish I could have done that. Guess what? You can. There's something there. If you want it, it's available for you. So is that part of the advice that you're going to give? We have our next guest coming in pretty soon. Mrs. Louisiana Universal 2019, Clairica Newberry Lange, who's going to be coming in the studio pretty soon. What advice are you going to give her as she gets ready to start her reign? Oh, my goodness. I would tell her just to be her authentic self. Allow that light to shine and say yes. So many opportunities are going to present themselves for you through this year of your reign, and be willing to step out of your comfort zone and do that which you never thought you could do, because it's available to you. Yes. And you're going to impact so many people's lives. I mean, I didn't even realize, I met the King and Queen of Spain. That was amazing. Yes. And she was just as enthralled with me as I was with her. And I'm just like, wait, what? How in the world did you get to meet the King and Queen of Spain? Of course, we're in our tricentennial for New Orleans right now. And so the mayor, our amazing mayor, LaToya Cantrell, put on a celebration because Spain is our sister city. And so they invited the King and Queen and some of their diplomats to a special event. And I was invited to the event to come as well. And I got to meet them. And it was such an extraordinary experience. And I'm just like, you would never, I would never even think that this would, happen or whatever. Yes. And yet, I'm there with the King and Queen of Spain.
Right. People are going to find out who you are. And next thing you know, people are going to be clamoring to find out who you are.
Amen. And then I found out there's a city in Spain, and it's called Havilah. So
that's your city, girl. That's your city. They knew it. They knew it.
I know. Of course.
So what's next, Havilah?
Oh my goodness, what is next? Continuing on my personal development journey, I have of course, a new book that I'm working on. It's called Zena's Tales. It's 21 Pillars of Self-Mastery and Success.
Okay.
And so it uses parable-like stories to be able to teach you how to unlock your energy centers or your chakras, and really to be able to fully embody your power so that you can do anything that you want, that you can go into any meeting and negotiate like a winner, so that you can build the relationships that you want to do, all of those things. So we have tools, and this book shows you through these stories how to unlock those tools. And I mean, my long-term aspirations is actually to become a Nobel Prize winner.
Come on now.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
And that's going to take a different version of myself.
Yes.
It's going to take a version of myself that has contributed so much to the betterment of humanity that I am deserving of that prize. So I'm constantly on the path of growth, and I'm just like, hey, whoever wants to come and grow, let go.
All right, now. All right. Well, I don't even want to end. We still have like a couple minutes left, so I'm going to let you do your thing. And you're just going to turn on the music and just be disrespectful to me like that. Okay, I guess we don't. It does say we have 30 seconds, so I'm going to give you the last word, Miss Havilah.
Yes. I just want to encourage each and every one of you that if there's something that you have a desire for, go for it. Be willing to take that leap, to take a risk, step out of your comfort zone, and find the people that you need to surround yourself with who will help to elevate your mindset. Because that's all it takes.
That's the big one right there. We cannot go to another level if we're staying at people who are comfortable at the level they're at now.
No.
And that's going to start a whole new conversation. All right. Thank you so much, Havilah, for joining us tonight.
Welcome.
This was great.
You.
Wonderful conversation as usual.
Oh, I had so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we will be right back with Mrs. Louisiana Universal 2019, Miss Clairica Newberry Lange. She will be in the studio, so they're going to go ahead and switch places. But you stay right there. What? Oh, she wants you to stay.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So we're going to have her on this side while Havilah stays on this side, and we're going to talk to both of them. But you stay right there, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I still do me. Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best of literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Liveline, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. And then Sunday, Saint Sunday, Oldie but Goodie Sunday. Come find out what is hidden for at After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelco Boulevard in Gretna. Doors open at 6, 12 p.m. on Sundays. After Dark is a non-smoking atmosphere. Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 514.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Quote 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.
What it do, y'all? It's DJ Slick Daddy from the Live Line, here to tell you about the hottest bar on the West Bank, After Dark Sports Bar, 419 LaPelka Boulevard in Gretna. Come check us out on Monday for steak and oyster night. Thursday, free seafood night. Friday, 3-for-1 happy hour. Saturdays, ladies night, and always open for parties. Party.
And now we just finished talking with Havilah Malone, Miss Louisiana Universal 2018, and now we have in the studio Mrs. Louisiana Universal 2019, Clairica Newberry Lange. Hey, ladies!
Hi, ladies.
Hey! And I just think this is awesome because this is like a homecoming. Havilah's been on the show before. She came on the show last year when we first started filming. Yeah. She came and she was like, wait a minute, where's the table? Yeah. You know, I know. We don't roll like that anymore.
Hey, moving on up.
Yes. And then Clairica is actually one of our guest hosts. Whenever I came to the show, she's filled in. She's done a couple of very nice shows. She was actually hosting the show last week.
I did. I had a great time too.
Yes.
Great guest.
Yeah, she did really well. I mean, the first time she did the show, she was like, you could tell she was a little nervous, and all of a sudden she just loosened up and she just started rolling with the questions. I said, come on, girl, come through.
I got out of my comfort zone, Havilah.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, and then all it takes is just doing the thing, and you will have the power.
And she's actually stepped out. 2018 has really been Clairica's year. I mean, I think it started with Cheatin in the Next Room.
I think you're right.
She was actually one of the starring actors in my first play back in February, Cheatin in the Next Room, and she was amazing in it. Yeah, and that was her very first time acting. She'd never acted before.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of firsts. Like, I love this.
I'm gonna tell you, she only came because she was just being supportive of me. She came to the audition. She's like, "Oh, Rhonda's doing the play. I think I want to do that." And so she came out, and she didn't even think she was gonna get a role. She thought she was probably gonna get something small. And
yes, it's like the background part.
And then boom. And ever since then, let's see, you've been in a couple of different plays for Trinice.
Yes.
Yes. Trinice Duplessis. Yes.
Yes.
Shout out to Trinice. Shout out to Trinice. And then you've also done a few things, and you've actually been invited to a ball pretty soon.
Oh, I have. I'm so excited about it. It's the Young Men's Gentlemen's Club 2020 LLC, and I'm excited about that. They want me to come and honor Mrs. Louisiana, so I'm excited about that.
That'll be awesome.
Yes.
And so many of these opportunities are going to open up for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. So I have a long road, but I'm excited about it.
And I'm going to share this story about Clairica, I mean, because it's just funny to me. When we met each other at a Valentine's Day party, she had her husband with her. I wasn't dating anybody at the time. I was just at the Valentine's Day party because my sister took me. But we wound up sitting next to each other. We got to laughing and talking, and we traded cards and everything, and we kept in touch with each other. Every once in a while, I reach out to her. She reach out to me. But then one day she called me. She said, "Rhonda, I want you to help me with something." I said, "What?" She goes, "I don't know. I want to do something." I said, "Well, what you want to do?" "I'm not sure yet." I'm sitting here like, why this girl call me?
Feeling that something is coming, but I'm not sure what it is.
And it's really funny. And I look back at this story, and before I called you, I was like, this lady is going to think I'm crazy. Said, but you know what? I got to call her. I have to call her. So I did call her, and she's like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, I'm not sure yet, but I'll let you know. But I do want you to help me.
And then here we are.
Right. And so much of that, I mean, the power of networking. First of all, to be at a party, connect with somebody, exchange information, follow up with them, you know, that has formed this relationship.
Yes.
And then also the power of you following that internal guidance that was like, okay, I should reach out to her. Like, she popped in my mind. I should reach out to her.
Right.
I don't know why yet, but I'm just going to do it because this is what I am being told to do.
Yes.
And look.
That is exactly what I did. And I don't think we talked for maybe 2 months after that. But,
Right.
I mean, we talked through Facebook.
Yeah, we would talk through Facebook, but on the phone we hadn't talked.
Yes.
And that's why I didn't even know she was coming to the audition.
And I know she was like, what in the world is she doing here? This girl was like, I'm going anyway. And my mom was a big push on that. She was like, just go ahead and do it. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but go ahead and do it. And that's the thing that I love, because you were a big part of that too, Havilah. I saw you, and you inspired me to go out and want to do this. And that's my goal. I want to inspire young ladies and even women to go out and just reach your goals. Just go for your goals. Anything is possible. Just set your mind, stay on your path, and you can do it.
And then do it with as much excellence as you can bring out.
As much as you can bring out.
Because I think a lot of times, and I used to tell my daughter this all the time, because my daughter's an actress, and she models every once in a while. And I would always tell her when she went to an audition, I said, don't worry about anybody else. If everybody else is screwing around, that doesn't mean you need to do it too.
Of course.
You don't need to try to look cool in front of everybody else. Leave everything you have on that stage, because if you don't get the role, you don't want it to be because you held back.
Right.
And so that's something that I've always pushed to her, and that's why I really enjoyed watching your growth with Cheatin' in the Next Room, because you didn't hold back.
Yes.
I mean, at first you were like, I know you were kind of shy. You got in this role that you didn't expect. But then you said, okay, I have this role. I'm just going to roll with it.
Yes.
And that's what you did. And so, and look how much it's actually inspired since then.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've come a long way. I actually did a few plays. I did Savannah Sipping Society with
Which
Brian.
she did a really.
But
This
no.
girl did. This girl did this.
Like then the floodgates open. Like,
She did a super deep Southern accent and kept it for the entire play. I said, look at this girl.
I do not know where it came
we
from.
don't even know what we're capable of until you step out
Yes.
there and try it.
Yes.
And it's like with anything that's new, it's like, okay, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, you didn't know how to ride a bike before you learned how to ride a bike.
Right.
But you still got on there, and
Right.
you may have fallen off several times. You may have scraped
Yes.
some knees, but that's okay. You kept getting on until you learned how to ride it.
Right.
And that's with anything in life. So this is so exciting to hear this.
I actually get people, they come to me and they ask me, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? And the reason, my main goal, I love youth, and I really want, that's one of my platforms, is to empower youth. But my main goal was to show my children that anything is possible in life. I come from being a housewife for about 20 years. So I just want to show them that you can do anything, and anything is possible. And it doesn't mean that because you were doing something at one point that you can't change.
Yes.
Things can't change. So anything is possible.
Yes, and then too, I love that, because a lot of times you'll find parents who try to live through their children and like, no, I'm going to push you in this direction because it's what I really wanted to do when I was coming up, but I didn't do it. So now I'm going to get you to do it so I can live through you.
Yes.
No, you are saying, okay, this is what I want. and I want you to go after what you want.
Yes.
But I'm going to do this right now and
Yes.
show you. I'm going to be the proof of what's possible.
Right.
That's everything.
And I love that slogan. I love that.
Yes.
Proof of what's possible. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do to my daughter. I did ask her, as a matter of fact, would you like to do a pageant? She says, no, Mom, I would not like to do a pageant. Okay, fine. I'll do it myself. So the funny thing about it is, she comes to me the other day and she says, Mom, I would like to do a pageant. And I thought, really? Yeah, I could be Miss America. And I thought, I just love it because I'm showing her without badgering her or fussing at her. I want her to see my life. I want her to see my lifestyle and know that she can do anything because look, my mom tried it and she did it. And that's my whole platform.
But for me, I did that same thing with education because when I was working on my doctorate, there was so many times I was like, I'm so tired of this. And I'm like, why am I even doing this? This is a optional degree. I don't really need to. I'm like, I already have a job. Why am I doing this to myself? And I would tell myself all these reasons why I needed to quit, but I didn't because there was a teenage girl who's sleeping in the next room who's watching me. And if I'm telling her not to give up when she's getting tired of school, what kind of example am I showing her if I give up because I'm getting tired of school?
Right.
So I had to make sure that I stuck with it because if I stick with it,
as I say, not as I do.
Exactly. I can't. It never works. It didn't work when our parents told us. It's not going to work if we tell our children.
It doesn't work.
So Clarissa, tell me, with everything that you were doing, what made you say, I think I'm going to do Mrs. Louisiana Universal?
Wow. Well, just kind of like I said, I wanted to inspire my girls to reach out and to do something, not necessarily a pageant, but I just want to show them that there are so many avenues in life that you can take. And another thing that inspired me was Miss Havilah.
Yeah, and now you two had not met.
No, I had never met her, but I said I'm going to meet
this
lady.
First time meeting this person.
And I noticed that she was your Facebook friend. So sometimes you would tag her in different posts, and I thought this lady is sensational. You really inspire me. I see that you do so much, and I just love watching you. Just love watching you do what you do. So you inspired me, and that's when I called you and we talked and we had that wonderful conversation, and you encouraged me to go ahead and go for it and do it. So yes, that's what inspired me to want to do this. And it was so funny when I finally said that I got it. I think I told Trinice Duplessis because I was doing a rehearsal. I was doing a play with her, and I went to rehearse, and I was like, I'm so excited. I'm the new Mrs. Louisiana Universal. And she goes, oh, you took Havilah's place? And I was like, oh, well, not exactly her place, but that's some big stuff. And I was like, yeah, it is. So just to come and follow your footsteps, and it's going to be hard footsteps to follow, Havilah, because you do wonderful, wonderful work. I'm just so excited. I really am excited, just to know you two great ladies. You two are authors, and you inspire me to want to do that. It's just so much. Just getting to know you ladies and watching you guys, I am just so honored to be sitting here.
Well, you're saying all of that, but I am honored to have you as my friend because, when you have a team who stands behind you and actually truly wants to see you succeed, that's a blessing, because I have had teams where they had their own agenda going on, and then they weren't really trying to get you to succeed because they were trying to do their own thing.
Yes.
But, when you have people who are actually wanting to see you succeed, you don't have to worry about, I never have to worry about Clarissa coming to host a show and secretly trying to take it from me. Because she's always, everything she does, she's like, we're doing this for Meet the World Image Solutions. Let's talk about Meet the World Image Solutions.
And that comes from, and it's so amazing when you're able to connect with people who are like that, who are genuine, who are sincere, who come from a place of giving and contribution. But you make it a win-win situation for everybody.
Yes.
But that comes from when you know who you are.
Amen.
I don't have to take anything from you. Because quite frankly, what's for me is for me.
It's coming.
Yes.
It's coming.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I can support you, I can love you, I can give to you what it is that I can give without saying, okay, well, there's not enough. And that's a scarcity mentality. And so many people have that because they don't realize who and what they really are.
I put this post up about a year or so ago, a little over a year ago, and it says, "There's no need to compete because there's enough sun for everybody to get some shine."
Amen.
Beautiful. Yes.
And that's what I mean. And then somebody else put a post up saying, "Why are there so many different types and brands of bread?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that somebody I don't know all the brands of bread, but let's say somebody comes up with a new type of bread. Are they going to say, no, I'm not going to do that because there's so many other breads out there?"
Mm-hmm.
People like it, people like the choice. Or maybe somebody might say, "I like this type of bread, but I like this bread too." You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you can actually, you don't have to have one type of bread.
Mm-hmm.
There's not one football team. You don't.
Exactly.
I know, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but you don't have to just like the Saints.
Yeah. She's in trouble.
Right? It's okay. I fuss at my boyfriend all the time because he's a Carolina fan. He says, "Well, I like the Saints." I said, "No, you can't like the Saints too." It's either the Saints or the Panthers. You gotta pick.
That's so funny.
But it's okay to like more than one team.
It's okay.
Like, even you think about like people who are out there, even in the space that I'm in, as far as like being motivational speakers or inspirational speakers, you can be told the same exact thing from two different people, but yet one of them you resonate with, and the other one is like you heard it, but it just went in one ear and one out the other. And so like, there's somebody for everybody. Like we're all students and we're all teachers.
Yes.
Like all of us. So there's space for everything and everybody.
Yes.
No matter what you want to do. So go after what you want. And like you were literally going after what you want.
And
that like
it's so amazing to watch. This is not the same lady I met at that Valentine's Day party. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. And then when we get back, we're going to talk a little bit more about your platform, what you plan to do. I know you talked a little bit about inspiring young ladies, and I know you have a social action campaign that you're working on. You wanted to send some toiletries out to Carolina, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Have you done that yet?
I did. And
Okay.
I covered Meet the World Image Solutions.
Oh, we got to work on that. So we're going to talk more, but we will be right back. Thank you for all the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll be right back.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
We're back. Talk What You Know returns on Wednesday mornings at 8 a.m. We got a brand new co-host by the name of Bob B. And hey, that's me. Also, we got some new features. We're going to be giving away, have a weekly raffle of prizes. There are multiple ways for you to win, and there's a bevy of prizes. So we need you to come on back, join us on Wednesday mornings at 8 o'clock for Talk What You Know on the New Orleans Talk Network.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
Are talking with Miss Louisiana Universal 2018 and Mrs. Louisiana Universal 2019. Yay. So, Clarissa, you're starting your campaign. You've already said that your platform is going to be inspiring women, inspiring young girls. What do you plan to do with your administration, so to speak?
Well, my platform is really going to be more about empowering youth. I just want to reach out to kids. I just feel like a nurturer. So I want to reach out to them, but I'm kind of starting my own. I'm creating my own platform. And it's so funny. I'm going to tell you about it, and nobody even knows. I've never mentioned it to anybody. And it's something that
breaking news.
That I can't.
Yes, we're getting an exclusive, y'all.
So I'll make it really, really quick. My husband is, to me, in my eyesight, he's a great dad, and I watch him, and I'm not saying he's perfect. He makes mistakes, and he does, different little things that I might say, oh, I wouldn't do it that way, but he does it his way. But he's very loving with the kids, and he wants the best for them. And I just think that my kids are blessed to have such a wonderful dad like that. And I didn't have that when I was coming up. So I look at the kids that don't have that now. And his name is Stanley. And we call him Stan for short. And that's the name of my platform, Stan. And it's ST, and I do it STAND. And it's abbreviated for Standing Tall as Nurturing Dads. And I would like to reach out to the youth and show them, because there are so many out there that do not have father figures in their lives. So that's one of my platforms that I'm going to do, elevate and reach out to the youth.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I know, I'm like, okay, 100 Black
She's a
Men.
father.
I'm
like,
crying. Son of the Saint with Sunny Lee. Like, oh my God, there's so many amazing collaborations for you.
And I came up with it, and I was like, people are going to think I'm crazy, but I just have to follow my heart. To,
So how do you plan to?
He doesn't even know. He's probably like, what is she doing?
How do you plan to execute it?
I don't know yet, but I am going to work on it, and I do have some different plans coming up. And I do have in December, I plan to do a pancake and PJ's breakfast.
Oh, how cute!
Yes, and the little girl that's going to be on the show next week, Jelani Edgerson, she is the owner of Nola Jinx with a J, Drinks with a J, and she's going to help me put that on. So
that's going to be so cute.
Yes.
But I think that is amazing, because you're right, there are so many people who do grow up without a father figure. My parents were divorced, but my dad was still in my life. And then even when I was living with my grandparents, my grandfather was still very active in my life. And I had uncles, so I had father figures. But there are so many people who don't even have that.
They do not. They do not. And some of them never get that. Thank God I have a wonderful relationship with my dad now. And I'm just very thankful for that. But some people never experience that. And it's not their fault. And some people grow up and they're just so hurt from that, and they don't know how to deal with that pain. And I just would like to show them that if men can get involved and show kids that, there's always a father figure, whether it's an uncle, a friend, just whoever.
I'm seeing so many events that we can do. We're talking father daughters, father sons,
even like a date night.
Yes, the date night. I would love to even see like sports days where the father and daughter have to do little tasks together. We're gonna have to work on this. We on your team.
All right, you guys.
Because especially around like building that, because when you feel like you have that loss or that piece is missing, because a lot of times women will go looking for love or looking for that affection or for that confirmation of who they are from a male figure. And when you didn't have that from a father figure, you look for it in all other kind of men. So to be able to have that person step up and tell her you're beautiful, you're a queen, and you can do and be anything you want to, you can also take care of yourself and be self-reliant and self-sufficient. This is amazing.
Yes.
And I'm so blessed. I'm surrounded by some really great men that I know that have been really great father figures. Even the guy that was on here last week, the Magic Hand Shoe Shine guy.
Yeah, I liked him.
Great father. I mean, if you could just watch their lives on how they take and nurture their children, it's just wonderful. And just watching the different guys, my husband, Vincent, and different guys that I see how they nurture their children, it is amazing. And I just see that, and I wanted to create a platform.
Yeah, I think it is really important, especially with what's going on in the world today when it comes to sexual assault and sexual harassment. I think many times girls who do not grow up with a positive man in their lives, they don't know what it is to get a real compliment. They don't know what it is to get real love from a man. So sometimes the young girl will think that, oh, because he wants to have sex with me, he loves me.
Right.
Or he's hitting me because he doesn't want me to leave. And we don't know what true love is.
Right.
And so I think something like that is so important because now, we're inspiring more young men to step up and be the fathers that they were designed to be. So I'm loving what you're doing.
Thank you.
I can't wait to support it.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Girl, we got work to do.
Yes, we do.
I was saying that it's been on my heart lately, as we're talking about sexual assault. And I know we're running out of time, but it's been on my heart lately because I've been seeing what's been going on with this Kavanaugh situation.
Yes.
And what really hurt me is that at no time did I see our president stand up and say, we need to hear this woman out. We need to give her an opportunity to speak. Every time he's talked, he's basically wanted to prove her wrong. And we see this so many times on the local level where a young woman, I used to be a sexual assault advocate and a victim's advocate. I wasn't advocating sexual assault. But we see this so many times where young women don't want to step up because when they step up and they accuse somebody of sexual assault or they bring it forward that they were sexually assaulted, especially if that person is popular, well-liked, nobody wants to believe her. They'll all take his side. I saw it a lot in the military. You see it a lot in the entertainment world. Nobody wants to believe that this person that everybody admires is capable of doing something like this. And so now we have our president who gets on TV and states that he doesn't like, or that basically he thinks it's a witch hunt against his guy. But we've never given this young woman the opportunity to come out. And now other people are trying to step up. So that is the part that really hurts me because I feel like if we're not giving these women an opportunity to get out there and say what they need to say, whether they're right or wrong, let that be the judge. Let that be for the judge to decide, the jury to decide. But we've got to give women a platform to be able to step up and say that I've been violated. And we can't just automatically think that they're lying.
Right.
Yeah. So that's been on my heart. So that's why I said I'm really supporting what you're doing.
Thank you.
Because I believe that by doing that, you're going to empower women. You're empowering men, but at the same time, these men are going to be inspired to empower their children.
And women have to be able to have a voice and feel like there's somewhere safe for them to go. Because the statistics are that 1 in 3 women or even youth have been abused in some way, even if it's sexually molested. And even out of the 3 of us, I was, as a youth. So, like, that's already the statistic, the 1 in 3. And
well, I was too. Yeah.
The 2 out of these 3. And so to be able to have safe places or to feel like you aren't going to just be turned away or denied to hear your voice and your side of it is so important. And if we can get ahead of that problem by stopping it before it even happens so people don't even have to go through that type of trauma is amazing. So that's why I'm so supportive of your initiatives and the things that you're doing, continuing to share these messages with your audience. I think this is extremely important. Extremely.
Well, thank you so much, ladies, for coming out. I think we all got a little emotional at the end. Producer saying it's time to wrap it up. So we're going to wrap up. But I will let you know we do have some amazing things happening for Meet the World Image Solutions in the next few months. In November, we have the return of Cheatin in the Next Room, starring Mrs. Louisiana Universal 2019! November 9th through the 11th at the Cutting Edge Theater. Tickets will be going on sale soon, and we will be having a special offer to go along with those ticket sales. And then in December, I want you to come over to the Treme Hideaway where we'll be having a chef battle. We'll have celebrity chef, Chef Rome. He will be he's from Carolina, you know. And he is issuing out a challenge to New Orleans Chef Dell. And they are going to have their own Panthers versus Saints battle. So we're going to have that in December. And don't forget, in February, we're going to have our 3rd annual Black History Month New Orleans Literary Weekend. And this is going to be the most beautiful yet. I think I decided what I wanted. It's going to be a white and cream event.
All right.
Yes.
Get my white and cream.
All right, so more information to follow. Keep your eyes on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page and Instagram and Twitter pages. They're all Meet the World Image Solutions. You'll be able to find them.
Books and Blanc.
Yeah. Oh, nice! I love it. Okay, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you for all of the comments and shares tonight. Continue sticking with us. We're just going to continue to grow and soar. And we have more child entrepreneurs coming next week. We have Nola Drinks, and we also have a young author. Yeah, so next week is going to be a beautiful show. So I want you to join us next week as well. Thanks again for joining us on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. This is the New Orleans Talk Network, and these are 2 of New Orleans' finest beauty queens, pageant queens, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Oh, how the time flies. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson. And can you believe that it has been 1 year since Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions hit your airwaves? We have interviewed authors, entrepreneurs, playwrights, musicians, and everyone in between, all to bring you the best in literary conversation. And we plan to do it again this year, but only better. So join us right here in the Literary Lounge each Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. See you there.